Hi, Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines, standing here today at the Toronto International Auto Show. Beside me right now is a very special IS 350. This particular one has the special appearance package, which gives it the two-tone black and gray look that you see here. Now, the IS was redesigned just a few years ago. It was supposed to be a full refresh, but they kept a lot of kind of the bones and frame and powertrain and just improved on it a little bit. So for this model here, we have the triple beam LED headlights with that spindle grille. Now, I really like how the two-tone, the black kind of flows into that spindle grille that we've seen so many times in the F-Sport world. Also, you'll notice we have some active venting at the bottom of the bumper right here, as well as the sides of the bumper too, which gives it that really sporty, aggressive front look, which in my opinion, the IS absolutely matches perfectly too. I wouldn't even look at another package if it was up to me. Now, with that two-tone special edition, we see the black flowing all the way up to the top and towards the rear of the vehicle, and it matches really nicely with those corners of the bumper, in my opinion, as well, with some really nice wheels. Taking a look at the side silhouette. So when they redesigned it, they did elongate that long coupe style rear portion of the vehicle that kind of ends up as like a shelf towards the back of the trunk. So instead of flowing down, Lexus decided to kind of have it slope off and then drop. So it kind of looks like more of a grand coupe design, which I love. And it was one of the first vehicles with that new taillight. So kind of that infinite style taillight that goes from one side of the vehicle to the other. At nighttime, it has a beautiful presence to it. And while we're at the back of the vehicle too, you'll see that bottom portion and the black really ties together the rest of it. So even though the black on the roof stops above that rear windshield, it kind of continues on at the bottom of that bumper, which to me just kind of catches your eyes and draws them into the bottom rear diffuser as well. So taking a look at the rear seat of the IS 350, it's kind of designed like a four-door coupe. So there's not a ton of space back here. You can put some people back here if you wanted to for short trips and stuff like that, or maybe perhaps if you have children. However, for being a little bit taller, it's not the most comfortable, but it works fine for what it is. Probably if I was sitting in the front seat, this would be back just a little bit more. However, I could still fit back here, and I'm about 6'1", and it still has the armrest that you can put between the two passengers in the back, and also a little cup holder that kind of folds out of this. So it's not terrible. It is definitely a sportier car though. So in the front seat and the driver's seat, there's not a whole lot of changes here over the last couple of years. However, we do have the latest Lexus multimedia system, which is a huge improvement. And we still have the nice little Lexus touchpad as well as touchscreen. So you can use both of them together, which is nice. We have a couple different drive modes, and this one being the IS 350 special appearance package, it has Sport Plus. So you can really tune the drivability of the IS, which to me is a huge characteristic of this vehicle, where it's kind of a car you can drive to work every day and still take on some windy canyon roads and be able to have fun with it without it making you sore from like a rough ride or anything like that. So huge benefit to be able to tune the suspension and the drivetrain. We also have some really nice piano black like kind of instrument trim here with a really cool Lexus clock. It's kind of a new version of the traditional Lexus clock that we've seen in the lineup. It's got kind of like a carbon fiber face to it, which is really cool. And it lights up quite nicely too at nighttime. And the IS, if you've ever sat in one, when you sit in it and put your foot on the brake, before you're able to start, you'll see the start-stop engine button kind of beat like a heartbeat. So you can actually see it kind of beat, and that's supposed to be kind of a hint to the exhilarating drive you're about to have, which is a cool little Easter egg not many people know about. Another thing that I can't demonstrate right now, but I will show, or will talk about it, is the LFA-inspired instrument panel. So when you press one of the buttons on the steering wheel, that mechanically moves over just like in the LFA supercar and exposes a little bit more digital stuff like G-force meter, fuel economy, stuff like that. And then you can press it and move it back. So none of that is like digital through a screen. It's actually physically moving, which is a really cool thing. So if you're coming to the Toronto Auto Show, definitely check out the IS 350 with the special appearance package. This might be one of the last times Lexus uses this 3.5 liter V6. It's so important to the lineup for so many years. So if you're in the market, I would get your hands on one of these while you still can, because this is definitely a model line that's probably gonna go hybrid in the next couple years. So check it out.